Welcome, high school baseball fans, to FSPN's coverage of South Florida baseball. And we have a good one for you today between the Bulldogs of South Broward that are traveling into Doral to take on the Doral Firebirds that are led by their Hall of Fame head coach, Ralph Suarez. Bulldogs are led by their head coach, Antonino Scambari. And we should have a good one today. Two good pitchers on the mound. For the Bulldogs, it's Josh Jakubowicz. And for the Firebirds, it's Matthew Paez. Stick around. We'll have the starting lineups and the defense right after this. Welcome, high school baseball fans, to FSPN's coverage of South Florida high school baseball. We have a good one between the South Broward Bulldogs and the home team, the Doral Firebirds, that are led by Hall of Fame head coach Ralph Suarez. The Bulldogs are led by their head coach Antonini Cimbari. We should have a good one for you today. On the mound for the Firebirds is the big right-hander Matthew Paez. And now that we have a moment, let's go over the starting defense for your Doral Firebirds. The battery will be Matthew Paez and Fabio Marquez playing first base. It's Gavin Rubacalvia. Dylan Prince is at second base. Next to him, it's Kobe Carrion at shortstop. Gabo Milano's playing third base. Jaden Nunez is in left field. George Pardo Jr. is the center fielder. And Leo Hernandez is in right field. In just a second, we'll go over the starting lineup for the visiting Bulldogs. Leading off for the Bulldogs and playing right field is Christian Font. He'll be followed by Ricky Lasada in center field. Then it's Caniel Marrero, the shortstop, and he'll be followed by Francisco Gomez, the catcher, batting fourth. Then it's Lane Paris, the DH, and he'll be followed by DeLawrence Moore playing first base. The seventh batter is second baseman Willie Abar. And the eighth batter is Antoine Concepcion playing third base. And the ninth batter is Gabe Lydia. And that rounds out the visiting Bulldogs of South Broward's lineup that are led by Antonino Cimbari. Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Florida State Tentless Termite Treatments. Give them a call. Get your treatments done to your house. Avoid that big tent around your house. Their number is 305-669-9292. It's a beautiful Wednesday, a little windy here in Doral, so pull up a chair, get comfortable, and I'm glad you can join us for the next couple hours for some high-level high school baseball. And here's the first pitch, and that swung on and lifted to right field. Hernandez has a beat on it, and he makes the first out of the inning. He didn't even give me time to bring up the scoreboard. So quickly, one out to Christian Font, and that's going to bring up Ricky Lasada. He's the center fielder for these Bulldogs. And you can hear the wind in my microphone, and it's blowing across the field from first base to third base. Paez gets one over for a strike. This is the second game of 3 in a row for the Firebirds. A swing and a miss there by Lasada. They beat Somerset yesterday behind the arm of Rodriguez. Marcos again on the mound. A superb outing. And they'll play tomorrow right here against Pembroke Pines Charter. There's a ground ball to Prince. He backhands it, has time, and he fires across the Rubacalba for the second out of the inning. In the box now is Caniel Marrero. He's the shortstop for the Bulldogs. And Marrero's been red hot this year. He's batting .500. Has a .606 on base percentage. It looks like Paez is coming out and he means business today. He's beating up the strike zone early, and that's what these Firebirds need. That one's just a little outside for the liking of Marrero, and it'll even the count at 1-1 with 2 outs in the top of the first and no score from Douglas P. Rodriguez Field in beautiful Doral. The 1-1 check swing. Umpire didn't even need to ask the first base umpire. He said he went around and he called it himself. Here's the 1-2. There's a ground ball hit foul to the right side of third base. And we'll do the 1-2 all over again. The Firebirds are wearing their home whites with the red accents. And the visiting Bulldogs are wearing the black pants with the red jerseys and the gold accents. Here's the 1-2 from Paez. Short hops Marquez to even the count at 2-2. Paez working from the full windup. That one's just a little low, and it fills up the count on the third batter, Kenyel Marrero. And here's the payoff pitch. Wow, a slider almost caught the inside corner, but that'll be a free pass with 2 outs. The Bulldogs will have a runner on first base for the catcher, Francisco Gomez. Gomez steps into the box. The catcher for the Bulldogs, Matthew Paez. First pitch is taken for a strike by Francisco Gomez. Marrero edges off first base, and there's a soft ground ball over to Galbo at third base. He picks it up cleanly, throws across his body to Rubalcaba for the third out of the inning. So the visiting Bulldogs leave one, they get none, and we head to the bottom of the first inning with no score here from Douglas P. Rodriguez Field in beautiful Doral, Florida, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of South Florida High School baseball. I'm Uncle Muggs bringing you the play-by-play from Doral Field. Doral Academy's taking on the South Broward Bulldogs, and they're led by their head coach, Antonino Scambari. The Firebirds is a Hall of Famer, Ralph Suarez. We're at the bottom of the first inning with no score. It's a beautiful day for baseball. Nice afternoon. Happy Wednesday to everyone, wherever you may be. We're in Doral, Florida, where it's a windy, sunny spring day. A nice day for baseball, just a little bit windy. The left-handed Josh Jakubowicz is on the mound for the Firebirds, and he'll be facing a really tough lineup. Let's go through that right now. The leadoff batter is Gabo Milano. He'll be playing third base. He'll be followed by George Pardo Jr., the center fielder. Then it's Jaden Nunez playing left field, and he'll be followed by the fourth batter, Dylan Prince. Caleb Hernandez is batting fifth, and he's the DH today. Leandro Hernandez is in right field. Fabio Marquez is the catcher. The eighth batter is the first baseman, Gavin Rubalcaba, and playing shortstop, Hobie Carrion. And I'll go over the defense in just a second for the visiting Bulldogs. I can tell you the 7-2 Firebirds have really picked things up. After going 2-2 in the first 4 games of the season, they've managed to peel off 5 wins in a row. They'll be here tomorrow for the third consecutive game against Pembroke Pines Charter. So they're taking on 2 Broward County teams back-to-back. Milano steps into the box from the left side. He's the UM commit. It'll be lefty on lefty. Milano takes the first pitch for a strike here in the bottom of the first. I did mention the wind is blowing a little bit towards left field, towards left center, but mainly across the field from first base over to like shortstop area. We had a good one last night at Westland Gardens Park. The home team needed to get 3 in the bottom of the 6th to win. That's the Matter Lions as they beat the I-Matter Charter Knights. Milano swings at a ball to make it 2 strikes. Milano's hitting .333 on the year. .571 on base percentage. The count goes to 2-2 now. with no outs to the leadoff batter for the Doral Academy Firebirds. Milano has 2 doubles and a home run to go along with that .333 average. And the 2-2 is kind of sawed off, and he hits a little number over to second base, but the shortstop comes across to get that. Marrero went a long way, all the way from his shortstop position to cut in front of the second baseman that was playing deep. Make a nice play on Milano, and that'll bring up the center fielder, George Pardo Jr. Pardo's a right-handed batter. He's hitting .417 in this early part of the season. He has 10 hits already. Squares to bunt, and that one pops out of Francisco Gomez's glove. Let's go over the defense now. We have a second. Your battery is Jakubowicz on the mound, Gomez behind the plate, DJ Moore's at first base, Willie Abar's at second base, Kenyel Marrero, who just made that play, is at shortstop. Concepcion is at third base. And the outfield is Gabby Lidia, Ricky Lasada's in center field, and Christian Font is in right field. Bottom of the first, 1 out, no score. You're watching FSPN from Doral. Jakubowicz, the left-handed pitcher. There's a look at your pitcher. And he walks Pardo. 4 straight balls, and it'll bring up Jaden Nunez. Boy, I like it when there's no music. You can just hear the ball hit the leather, no walk-up songs. This is how baseball should be. Hear the crack of the bat, the wind, the chirping birds, the horns on 25th Street, the jets flying over to MIA. So to all you DJs out there, we don't really need you in baseball. I know my boy Candido's not going to like that down in South Ridge. First pitch swinging for the left fielder, Nunez. Puts it in the canal. And like I've said before, in a couple years, we'll be able to walk across that canal from so many balls that have been landing in there. No need for a bridge. Quickly, 1 strike with 1 out in the bottom of the first for the Firebirds. With a speedy runner on first, Pardo Jr. That catches the corner to even the count on the left fielder, Jaden Nunez. That ball's hit hard in the left field. It gets in the gap. Pardo's going to round second. They're going to hold him up at third. And Nunez is going to cruise into second base with a stand-up double right here in the first inning. 1 out. It'll bring up the 4th batter and the ever-dangerous Dylan Prince. We saw him go bye-bye in St. Brendan's a couple weeks ago where he put one into the net. And the Firebird fans are looking for him to do the same right here in the bottom of the first inning and tack on 3 quick runs for the home team. Jakubowicz comes set. First pitch swinging again. Boy, these Firebirds look aggressive here today. A lot of first pitch swinging. That one looked like it was outside of the strike zone. Quickly 0-2 to the second baseman, Dylan Prince. One ball and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. No score. That ball's hit foul to even the count at We'll do the 1-2 all over again to the second baseman, Dylan Prince. Prince is also hitting over 300. He's hitting .318 in this young season. 8 RBIs and 7 hits. And he looking for hit number 8 right here for the Firebirds. Two and two now, the count to the second baseman. Jakubowicz gets a sign from Gomez behind the plate. He kicks and deals. And the umpire says no, 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 and the count goes full. With first base open and Caleb Hernandez on deck. Jakubowicz is being really careful with Prince, and he swings at one inside and just catches a piece of it. Sunny, breezy day here in Doral. About 82 degrees. Full count now to the second baseman, Dylan Prince. Jakubowicz comes set. An off-speed pitch, and it's really low. He was very, very careful there with Prince. And I would be too. The red-hot Prince has some power. But now the bases are loaded for Caleb Hernandez. And that's going to draw a visit to the mound from the head coach, Antonini Shembari. And we'll be right back right after this. You're watching FSPN. Welcome back, everybody, to a windy Doral where the visiting Bulldogs of South Broward are taking on the home team, the Doral Firebirds. Scoreless game, bottom of the first inning, 1 out. Bases are full of Firebirds for the DH, Caleb Hernandez. Jakubowicz has nowhere to put him. The corners are playing in, and he starts him off with a ball outside. Hernandez is hitting a red-hot .471 in this young season. A swing, and there's a line drive in the gap. The Birds are going to get one at least. Here comes Nunez. And he comes in standing up. And Caleb Hernandez delivers with a double with 2 RBIs for the home team for the Firebirds. It looked like Jakubowicz left a fastball out over the plate where Hernandez was able to extend his arms, and he put one into the gap. He went shopping in the gap, got himself a double and a pair of jeans. And 2 RBIs for the Firebirds. Leo Hernandez steps into the box now. The right fielder with 1 out. And 2 on. And there's an off-speed pitch, and if it's fair, it's trouble, and it's fair down the line. Prince is going to score. Here comes Hernandez. And back-to-back doubles for the red-hot Firebirds, and they're up 4-0 on the visiting Bulldogs. Bring up Fabio Marquez, and Jakubowicz, the pitcher Josh Jakubowicz, his neck is starting to hurt from watching all these balls fly by him. Hernandez steals third. The Firebirds looking for more. Jakubowicz is having a hard time finding the plate now, and when he does, they hit doubles off him. There's one that's taken for a strike. Here's the 3-1 to the catcher, and that one's smoked up the middle. Nobody there. It's going to roll all the way to the gap. And could we have 4 doubles in a row? We sure do. A stand-up double for the catcher, Marquez. It's going to bring in Hernandez. And the Firebirds are going to put up a 5 spot right here in the first inning. He's coming in from the left side. Still waiting for Gavin to get going on the average. He does have a home run to his credit, but he's coming in hitting .238. He's looking to pick that up today. He'll be followed by Kobe Carrion, the shortstop. Jakubowicz's pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner, says home plate umpire. Jakubowicz comes set. Good catch there by Gomez. Almost went over his head. 4 doubles in 1 inning. I haven't seen that in a long time. Rubalcaba strikes out with a pitch that was a little bit inside off of the plate. And that'll bring up Kobe Carrion. He's the 9th batter, the shortstop for these Firebirds. And boy, I like it when there's no music. Enough of that pit bull and Neo and all that. This is baseball. Let's hear the ball go into the leather glove. Let's hit a crack of the bat. Make some music with your bats. We were here in the fall and we saw Kobe Carrion play against the Cougars, and he took one over the right field fence. Wouldn't mind seeing that again today. A little bit outside. Ravello's on second base, and there he goes. The pitch is taken for a strike. This time Ravello makes it into third base. Jakubowicz and Francisco are going through a lot of signs. They finally agree to one. The 2-2 is taken inside. Didn't miss by much. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, and that'll be strike 3. That'll end the inning. The Firebirds leave 1, but they get 5. And we head to the top of the second inning. You're watching FSPN.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back to Firebird Field, where we have some high school baseball, South Florida style, between the home team, the Firebirds, and the visiting Bulldogs from South Broward. And there's a good look at your pitcher, Matthew Paez. The Bulldogs are going to send up their 5, 6, and 7 hitter in Lane Paris, DJ Moore, and Willie Abar. The first pitch to Paris is taken for a strike 1, and quickly he's in the hole 0-2. The right-hander means business today, Matthew Paez. He gets the ball back from Marquez and just stares him down and throws another ball. He doesn't want to waste any bullets or any time. And there's 3 in a row. 3 straight pitches, 3 strikes for Paez. And he's gotten off to a slow start this season. He's only batting .167, and he's looking to break out of that right here on the turf at Doral. Paez continues to beat up the strike zone. That's 4 in a row. You make it 5. And he's got a good compact windup, not a lot of moving parts. He's going from that modified stretch windup. Here's the 0-2. Just missed on the outside corner. And DJ Moore. 5-0 game. A swing and a miss and another strikeout. That's the second one for Paez and the second consecutive. In the first inning, he only got one walk. 1 runner was aboard. Fly ball and 2 grounders, and the Bulldogs are going to send up their second baseman, Willie Abar. And if he gets on, it'll be Antoine Concepcion who's on deck. And a swing and a miss. Boy, this is a broadcaster's dream. A pitcher that throws strikes. A quick game. And there's a line drive. I jinxed him. I got to stop saying these things. There's a base hit for Willie Abar, a clean hit into left field. Antoine Concepcion, he is the third baseman for these visiting Bulldogs. Another quick strike. That's grounded foul. Your score is 5-0 in favor of the home team. Willie Abar's on first base. He got there by a hit. And there's another back-to-back hit. That one's going into center field. Watch out, they don't force him at second. Pardo came in on that and threw it over to Prince, but not in time. So back-to-back hits. It's going to bring up the last batter, Gabe Lethia, the left fielder. And if he gets on, it'll be the leadoff batter, Christian Font. Well, Gabriel Lithia hitting .323. That's not bad for a last batter in the lineup. And Pius keeps on beating up the strike zone, starting him off with a strike. Runners on first and second for the visiting Bulldogs in a 5-0 game. Top of the second inning. And that one slapped foul. 2 outs. Top of the first to the last batter, Gabe Lithia. A nice block by Marcus, but Abar's going to make it into third base. The Bulldogs will have runners in the corners, and a base hit will give them a run, and they could start chipping away at this lead with a base hit off the bat of Gabe Lithia. There's one slap that if it's fair, it's trouble. Hernandez going over it, and he almost makes the play. It falls foul. The 1-2, and there's a ground ball over to Rubalcaba. He gloves it. He's going to throw an underhand to Paez, and he gets the third out. So the Bulldogs are going to leave 2. They get none, and we're going to head to the bottom of the second inning with the home team winning 5-0. And you're watching your favorite channel for high school sports. It's FSPN. Welcome back, South Florida high school baseball fans. You're watching your favorite channel for high school baseball. It's FSPN. I'm Uncle Muggs. I'm over here in Doral bringing you a Firebird game versus the visiting Bulldogs. And if you're a Firebird fan, this is fun. We got 5 in the first inning. And there's a drive that's hit deep and high in a right center field. And you could say bye, 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 bye to that one. Gabo Milano with his second bomb of the year. And it makes the score 6-0 in favor of the home team, the Firebirds. What a bomb by Milano. 6-0 in favor of the home team, the Firebirds, with an absolute rocket shot into right center field from the UM commit, the third baseman, Gabo Milano. He got all of that one and then some. I think they're still looking for it. I don't think it's landed yet. And there's a hard drive, and it's going to find the hole just past the diving Marrero. And these red-hot Firebird bats, boy, they're hot. Ravello won first on in a 6-0 game. And there's a strike taken. Josh Jakubowicz, the lefty. I don't know how much longer Shimbari's going to leave him out there. And there's another drive up the middle. Jaden Nunez is 2 for 2. Ravello's going to hold up at second, and it's going to bring up the fourth batter, the dangerous Dylan Prince. Right on cue, here comes Antonino Shimbari. And let's see if he's got an object in his hand, maybe a gaff or a hook. He talks to his catcher. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back to Doral Field. And you're watching FS. Welcome back to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. We're in Doral. It's a 6-0 game versus the Bulldogs. The runners are going. Both runners are on. We're Pardo Jr. and Nunez. The Firebirds are already up 6-0. They have these Bulldogs in a submission hold, and they're just waiting for them to tap out. A home run off the bat of Gabo Milano. 4 doubles in the first inning. That's a good recipe to get 6 runs. And now you have your fourth batter and possibly the most dangerous one in this whole Firebird lineup. And they're being red hot. They're 7-2 coming into this game. That one's inside and called a strike. to the disbelief of Dylan Price. We'll be back here tomorrow to play the Pembroke Pines Charter Jaguars. 24 hours from now. Jakubowicz, oh, he just missed that one. Skies it to the infield. Here comes Marrero. He's calling for it. The wind's playing havoc with it. It's going to land. The pinch runner's going to score. Ravello, no play at third base. And we saw something similar to that last night. So Prince just misses one, skies it in the infield. I told you it was windy before the game. It did have some effect on the ball, and that goes down as a base hit. And if I were Dylan Prince, I'd give it back. It goes down in the book as a line drive, though. And with nobody out, runners in the corners for the Firebirds. And they've got a touchdown on the board already. The DH, Caleb Hernandez, steps in. And quickly 2 balls to him. And he had a double his last time up. Prince edges off first on the lefty. Jakubowicz. And there's an off-speed pitch that catches the outside corner for a strike. They've got the scoreboard working today, and it's a beautiful scoreboard. Let me tell you, one of the best ones I've seen in all of Dade County. It's beautiful. And there's a drive, and it's going to hit the scoreboard. It's heading towards it, and there it is off the screen in front of the scoreboard, and there's another home run. This time it's a 3-run homer from Dylan Prince. Off the bat of Caleb Hernandez. Everybody's joining the party. Prince is going to score. Jaden Nunez is going to score. And just like that, it's 9-0 in favor of the home team. We're going to be right back as Antonini Shembari, the manager for the Bulldogs, pulls his pitcher. And you're watching FSPN in a 9-0 ball game from Doral. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball, South Florida style. We have a Broward County team coming to visit the Doral Firebirds. It's the South Broward Bulldogs, and they haven't been nice hosts, these Firebirds. They put 9 on the board here in two innings, and there's no one out, and we have a couple changes. On the mound, it's Sean Shapiro, another lefty for the Bulldogs, and he'll be facing a pinch hitter, Josh Cespedes. The batter's Josh Cespedes from the left side. We have a lefty on lefty and hits a hard ball, and it's going to be caught by the second baseman, Willie Abar. Cespedes hit a line drive to second base off of the new pitcher, Sean Shapiro.
Number 25, the catcher, Fabio.
Back on here at Doral. So Mike has a job. And there's a line drive right past the diving Willie Abar, and it's going to roll all the way to the fence. Marquez wants his second double, and he's going to get it standing up. 2 at-bats and 2 doubles for the catcher, having himself quite a day here on a Wednesday afternoon. Now batting for the Firebirds from the right side. Hitting for Rubalcaba, it's Tyler Rodriguez. And he's facing Sean Shapiro, who just gave up a double to Fabio Marquez, his second double of the day. And Javin Francois is running for him on second base. And the lefty throws a curveball over for a ball in a 9-0 ball game. And we're only in the bottom of the second inning, folks. Shapiro comes set, and that one swung in back into the net for a strike. Rodriguez is up. Boy, that looked like a balk to me. There's an off-speed pitch, and it's drilled in left field. Lydia goes back to the fence. He hits the fence. Here comes Francois. He's going to score the 10th run of the game. A well-hit ball from Tyler Rodriguez, who just came off the bench, and he said, "Give me the bat. Give me the bat, coach. I can play." We have a pinch hitter now for Kobe Carrion. It's Brian Mesa. And I'm looking at my score sheet, and it looks like they're emptying out the bench here, the Doral bench, giving everybody an opportunity, and almost everybody has a hit on that side except Spidey. They might send Spidey up to bat next. 2 outs, bottom of the second. Shapiro gets one over for a strike. He's a lefty for these South Broward Bulldogs. Mesa put one off the base of the wall. He's standing on first base. Sorry, Mesa's batting. Rodriguez now cruises into second base, knee brace and all. I don't think Hall of Fame coaches coach third anymore. They just coach from inside on the bench. And there's a drive, and it's a good catch there by Marrero. He's going to have a long throw. DJ comes off the bag. He's going to call him safe. Now 10-0, bottom of the second inning. Runners in the corners for the Firebirds, and if you're a Bulldog pitcher, you're facing now the UM commit who just hit a bomb in his last at-bat, which was only about 15 minutes ago. So we're going to recycle the lineup here. Gavel's going to come up again. Let's see if he can go twice in one inning. A nice block there by Francisco Gomez. Need to stay hot, not only in March, but in late April when the games really count. I know Ralph Suarez is going to count on him and his leadership. We interviewed him earlier in the year, and he's a really confident young man. The sun is starting to set behind home plate, so the right fielder, Christian Font, is starting to shade his eyes a little bit, and that may become an issue later on in the game. If this one's 3 feet off the plate as well. And there's ball 4. I think I'm going to change my name to Mugstradamus. Ravello, who was this pinch runner, is now batting for George Pardo Jr. with the bases loaded in a 10-0 lead. Ravello's the lanky, tall, right-handed hitter. 5 in the first, 5 in the second, and it's not over yet. And there's one hit hard over to Abar. Flips it over to Marrero for 1, and that's going to be it. The Firebirds are going to leave 3. They're going to get 5. We're going to head to the top of the third with your score 10-0. And you're watching FSPN. Thanks for watching, everyone. Welcome back, everyone, to Firebird Field here in Doral, where we have a 10-0 ball game in the top of the third inning. And batting for the visiting Bulldogs, it's a leadoff batter, Christian Font. He'll be followed by Ricky Lasada. Then it's Kenyel Marrero, the shortstop. And the pitcher is still Matthew Paez. And why not? He's been pitching a gem. He's got a 10-run lead. He's been beating up the strike zone. He did take a very long break now in the second inning. I'll go over a couple changes that we have in the infield in just a second. That ball slapped foul. Rubalcaba comes out of the game at first base, and Tyler Rodriguez is in there now. Dylan Prince stays in there at second base. Brian Mesa is now your shortstop. Tyler Rodriguez is playing third base. And I'm too old. I can't see in the outfield. I can't see the numbers. One ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Christian Font. With nobody out in the top of the third and a 10-0 ball game. That's right, you heard correct. 10-0, a touchdown and a field goal are put on the board by Ralph Suarez's Firebirds. And Paez continues where he's left off, mowing down these Bulldog batters. That's his third strikeout.
Batting now for the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs bring up their center fielder, Ricky Lasada, to hit from the left-hand side. He grounded to second base his first time up, and he swung at the first pitch from Paez for a strike. And that one's hit gingerly over to first base. Gabo stays in the game at third base. And that's the first sign of, I don't want to even say wildness because he just missed by a little bit, but he just walked his second batter of the ball game. The first one came in the third batter, who's coming up to bat right now, Kenyel Marrero. He got walked his first time up. That one's hit past the diving Milano at third base.
Look up!
Golly, nobody's paying attention, bro.
He's hitting .500 on the year. A home run, a double, few RBIs for the Bulldogs. And a beautiful campus here in Doral. Paez's pitch is fouled off at the plate by the catcher, Francisco Gomez, for strikeout number 4. That one catches the outside corner. The umpire says, go sit down, Francisco Gomez. Bring me Lane Paris. Matthew Paez, the senior right-hander for the Firebirds, gave up a base on balls and a base hit, a swing and a miss by Lane Paris, the DH, right-handed hitter for these Bulldogs of South Broward. These Bulldogs belong to District 6A-15, so this is a district game for both teams. Another strike. There's no complaints about Matthew Paez. He's been a strike machine. Very efficient. All around the plate. There's another donation. Was that in the canal or was that 25th Street? 25th Street was the beneficiary of that foul ball. And folks, if you ever want a foul ball, you could just stand on 100th Avenue. Top of the third inning. Runners on first and second for the visiting Bulldogs. And there's strikeout number 5. He strikes him out. The Bulldogs are going to leave 2. They get none. We head to the bottom of the third inning with your score 10-0. And you're watching your absolutely favorite channel for high school baseball. It's FSPN, everyone. Welcome back, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. We have one here between the South Broward Bulldogs and the Doral Firebirds. And I just want to mention to everybody that if you have termites and they're creeping in your home, don't wait for the damage to start. Protect your home with Florida State tentless termite treatments. Forget about the hassle of tenting your home or evacuating your home. Get the tentless treatment. Call our friends at 305-669-9292. The pitcher, Sean Shapiro. Jaden Nunez is the third batter, the left fielder for these Firebirds that are up 10-0 in the bottom of the third inning. Nunez is red hot. Base hit last time, and he wore that one on that mini shin protector. Your batter's Dylan Prince, the second baseman, with a runner aboard. Sean Shapiro puts one over for a strike. Prince with 2 home runs on the season. I saw one of them myself. It was a laser rocket shot at San Brendan's that went into the net. And they gave the Firebirds, actually they tied the game with that, and then they went ahead in the top of the 7th to beat the Sabres 7-5 or 6-5. The Sabres scratched for 1 in the bottom of the 7th, but it was all Dylan Prince, and it was all Firebirds that night. Nobody out. 10-run lead for the Firebirds. Swing and a miss. Boy, it looked like he wanted home run number 3 there. Prince is going to go down on strikes. There's a good look at the DH there. Caleb Hernandez batting from the right side with 1 out and a 10-0 lead. Shapiro starts him off with a curveball way outside. There's one that catches the corner. Evens the count at 1-1. Jaden Nunez is on first base. He got hit by a pitch. Oh, a called strike to Caleb Hernandez.
Anything close?
Hernandez with a home run today. 2 RBI double. He's having himself a spectacular day. And I just jinxed him. Strike 3. Cespedes is your batter. He comes in for Leo Hernandez. Josh is a left-handed batter. Runner on first. 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd. Your score is 10-0. That one's called a strike. He likes to use the inside half of the plate. Here's the 1-2, a curveball, and that one's hit up the middle. It's going to get past the second baseman. And a clean base hit there for Joshua Cespedes. No play at second. Cespedes will go into second base. Nunez will make it to third on the throw. Javier Francois steps into the batter's box for the Firebirds with 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd with a 10-run lead. And I love coming here to Doral. They have all these European names. You know, they have Ruvalcaba, Francois, Milano. I feel like I'm doing a game in Rome. Runners on second and third for the young Francois. A couple more, and I think these Bulldogs are going to tap out. And there's an off-speed pitch, and it's hit into right. A foul ball for Francois. There's an easy take for Francois. And there's one that's hit high and deep into center field. Ricky Lasana's going back on it all the way to the fence. And that's off the screen. And that's going to be a home run for the youngster. A 3-run homer. A 3-run homer for Javier Francois. And the first one there to celebrate him is Spidey. I don't know where this team would be without Spidey. Tyler Rodriguez steps into the box for the Firebirds after we saw a long ball leave the yard by Javier Francois. The Firebirds put up 5 in the bottom of the 1st, 5 in the bottom of the 2nd, and 3 now. Need to hurry up and get 2 more. And there's a walk to Tyler Rodriguez. Brian Mesa, who's taken over for Carrion at shortstop, steps up to bat with a runner on first base. First pitch swinging, and he puts that one into the dugout. Two outs, and let's give Mesa some airtime there. Let's zoom in on the youngster. An off-speed pitch, and he swung right through that one. Quickly in the hole. 2 outs. Shapiro looking for a ground ball or to strike out to get his Bulldogs out of this inning and into the dugout. Try to chip away at this lead. Here's the 1-2, foul ball at the plate. That was an easy take there from Mesa. Count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 touchdowns and a blocked extra point for the Firebirds. There goes the runner, and there goes the ball. Mesa turns on one, goes all the way, hits the top of the fence. Lydia can't come up with it. Here comes run number 14, and that's going to be a stand-up double for Brian Mesa.
Third base.
Welcome back to Doral, folks, after a brief mound visit from head coach of the South Broward Bulldogs, Antonino Shembari. He leaves Shapiro in there, and look who he has to face, the UM commit. Oh, he just missed that one, and he knows it. Home run off the bat of Caleb Hernandez. One off of Gabby Milano. And there's another one launched. That could be number 2. And you could say bye, bye, bye. That's a second home run on the day for Gabriel Milano. This one's a 2-run job. He's going to give the Firebirds the lead 16-0. And he's going to probably take the Dade County lead in home runs right now for number 28. The future Hurricane. Give it up for Gabo Milano. Brian Ravello steps in, takes the first one, a strike. A nice curveball there by Sean Shapiro. Not giving up. This kid is still giving it his best out there in a 16-0 game. We just saw the second bomb off the bat of Gabo Milano. And that one was launched. That would have been out of any ballpark. Say what you want about Doral Field. That would have been out of Yankee Stadium. The batter's Brian Ravello. And Brian, why don't you just join the home run party too? Javin Francois got one. Caleb Hernandez got himself a home run. There's an off-speed pitch, and there it is. It's hit high and deep, and I'm going to call myself Mugstradamus, because did I just call a home run? I sure did. Brian Ravello goes yard, and I think he hit that one into the science wing. And just like that, it's 17-0. Boy, did I call that one, folks. You're watching FSPN. There's no channel, no broadcaster like me. I could call him. And there he comes, head coach Shambari, and he's going to make a pitching change. And we're going to come back right after this. You're watching FSPN with Mugstradamus. Welcome back, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. And Jaden Nunez, I was about to introduce the new pitcher for the Bulldogs, Diego Hernandez, and on the first pitch, he hits Jaden Nunez. That pitch gets away from Gomez, the catcher, in a 17-0 game, and we're still in the bottom of the third inning. These Firebirds have put a shellacking on these Bulldogs. Home runs flying out of the ballpark. Uncle Muggs calling home runs. Guys coming off the bench hitting home runs. We got more doubles than I got fingers on my hands. Diego Hernandez is the new pitcher for the Bulldogs, and he's facing the second baseman Dylan Prince, whom I will never make a mistake on the last name again. And Prince hits one into center field. There goes Lasada. That could be trouble. And that goes into the netting, and another home run by Dylan Prince.
Number 2, second baseman.
So Dylan Prince goes bye. The score goes 19-0. Your batter's Caleb Hernandez. And I think we only have about 3 or 4 baseballs left. And there's a base hit up the middle for Caleb Hernandez. No, a nice play by the shortstop. And he's going to be safe. Well, Marrero came from out of nowhere. I thought that ball was through the infield. I looked down at my score sheet. Next thing you know, it's in his glove. Cespedes is now batting. Josh Cespedes, he came in for Leo Hernandez. He's playing right field. He had a base hit the last time up. And the lefty's getting some experience here today. The pitcher's Diego Hernandez. He came in for Sean Shapiro, who came in for Josh Jakubowicz. And it's 19-0. There's a swing and a miss in the outside corner. 2 outs, bottom of the third. The Firebirds have put up 9 in this inning. That's usually enough to win a ball game, but they're doing that in 1 inning. Another ball high. Joshua Cespedes. The 3-1. Boy, he just missed that one, and that sky's up in the straight up behind us. Hernandez shakes off Gomez. And there's another hit off the Firebirds bat. And that one's going to get by Lasada, roll all the way to the wall right under the beautiful scoreboard. And there's a show of sportsmanship right there. Fabio Marquez is trying to join the party. The home run party, I meant. Boy, and he wanted to join the party there. He got his invitation. He just dropped it. We better save some runs. We might need them against the Jaguars tomorrow. And there, watch out. There's one that almost hits the catcher in the head. There's ball 4 to load up the bases. Your batter now is Tyler Rodriguez. He came in for Rubalcaba. He'll have the bases loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And this has been the longest 3rd inning almost in the history of baseball, I think. So I'm going down my list to see what player hasn't gotten a hit, and I'm struggling to find one. Because Milano has 2 home runs. Pardo has a hit and a bomb. Jaden Nunez with 2. And that one's playable for Ricky Lasada. Finally, we're out of the 3rd inning. The Firebirds are going to leave 2. They get 9. That's right, 9. And we're going to head up to the top of the 4th inning with your score. 19-0 from Douglas P. Rodriguez Field in Doral. You're watching FSPN. Welcome back, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball, and we're at Doral Field for a game between the Bulldogs of South Broward and the home team, the Firebirds, that are up 19-0. Our new pitcher for the Firebirds is Adrian Cuesta. Rubalcaba's come back out to play first base. It looks like the starters are out there again because I see Brian Mesa's at shortstop. Dylan Prince is at second base. I think Hernandez is out in right field, or is that Nunez? Nunez is in right field. And your pitcher is the right-hander, the junior Adrian Cuesta, and he gets one over for a strike. And he strikes out DJ for the first strike of the first out of the inning. The Bulldogs send up their second baseman, Willie Abar. He already has a hit today. And he's first pitch swinging at Cuesta's fastball. This is the second game in as many days for the Firebirds. They took care of Somerset yesterday 2-0. And they'll play the Jaguars of Pembroke Pines Charter tomorrow, right here, 3:30. There's a swing and a miss. Another strikeout. Boy, Cuesta has come in and just, it's been a strike machine.
The other one's from Illinois.
So 2 outs, top of the fourth. That ball swung on and fouled at the plate. At home, Coral Park at home. Here's the 0-2. And that one's lined up the middle. And that's the second hit of the day for the third baseman, Antoine Concepcion. A new batter for the Bulldogs is Jack Fisher, number 22. They came in for Gabe Lydia.
Batting now for the Bulldogs, number 22, Jack Fisher.
Fisher's a right-handed batter wearing number 22 with a runner on first and 2 outs. That one's a ball. So getting back to the Firebirds schedule. Tomorrow it's Pembroke Pines Charter. Then they have one at Felix Varela. They play Terra Institute here. They play Coral Park here. That ought to be an interesting game against Miami Senior High. They're 8-1 right now. Then they travel to RB Sosa's Gulliver Prep Raiders that are 0-7. And then they head to Georgia. And they play the Springstead Eagles in late March before they come back here and wrap up the season. And the last game is over at Douglas Eagles. A nice tune-up before the playoffs. Good idea by Coach Suarez to throw them against the 4-time defending state champions right before the playoffs. Just like that, Adrian strikes out the side, and we're going to call this one a game. Thank everybody for joining us. I'm Uncle Muggs. It's been my pleasure. I want to thank Ralph Suarez, George Carrion, Williams DeRuthi, and everyone here at Doral, Assistant Principal Tamargo, and Mike. And I'll see you here tomorrow against the Jaguars. So long, everybody.